So main topic of this video is going to revolve around how you physically look as a man and also what you physically can do with your body. In my recent video, if you haven't watched it, I just recently dropped it, and it was talking about how you can instant get her wet. So that's like a part one kind of, because I'm going to do series of these videos, and I mentioned things that you could do to like stimulate her mind and do those sorts of stuff to end up getting the results that you want. However, you do have to understand that the reason why, just because you're a tall guy, yeah, you have height, but just because you're a tall guy doesn't mean you're not gonna get her instantly in that mood or stimulated, right? So the reason why the physical attraction that you have to have matters is because she is physically looking at you. I'm just relating it back to, if you are far from her type, it's going to take a longer period of time. So when we talk about like height, when we talk about body type, she's going to have a particular idea. But here's the thing, I always tell you fellas, replace what you don't have going on already. So for instance, your height, if you have it, cool, right? If you're maybe 2 inches taller than her and she's like 5'5" or she's 5 foot and she doesn't really care so much, then you still have to have a good body part, because she might be into masculine guys that have amazing shoulder ratio. Oh man, it's just spot on, the type that she wants. And then she's loving obviously how big your arms may be. It could be she wants a guy that's D'd up, that's big and strong, masculine looking, that looks like he'd be bench pressing heavy, right? And consistently the veins are popping out. So, something like that might not be a priority to you, but it's a priority to her as far as thinking differently about you. Because think about it like this: if a woman's chilling in the room waiting for you to come out, and this is the first time she's seeing you, she's gonna think like, oh, I wonder how he looks, right? Or I wonder if he's gonna be this masculine guy, or is he gonna be like my exes? My exes were dominant. So you're trying to like connect the dots in her mind. If you come in, and no offense to anybody that looks a certain way, because she could be into like skinny dudes, or she could be into like really big chubby guys. It all depends on the girl too. And I'm not saying that any of this is like incorrect, because I know women that literally have been into the opposite stuff. However, I'm still gonna talk about the more of the, like, let's say less risk, right? So the less risk would be like, if you're gonna be fit, if you're gonna be healthy looking, if you're gonna be strong masculine looking, right? So again, those are more of the basic stuff, but I'm saying you really want to be the one that she can see coming into the room and saying, oh wow, he looks like he works out, or oh wow, he looks like he takes care of himself, or oh dang, he smells so good. Now let me just let you guys know that as far as like what you could be doing with your fingers and stuff, I'm gonna kind of say the surface levels and like the not so provocative stuff, because I can't really on YouTube. That's why I do have a Patreon, and I drop so much on there and we get into details. I'm talking about like details, y'all. If you go watch the last, not even the last, because I dropped like 2 today, right? But if you go watch the one of the recent ones, the way I talk on here compared to how I talk on there is reckless. But I have to get into details. I have to explain what you're doing, how she's feeling, what she wants, what she wants inside of her, like what you got to do with your piece. Again, it's just, I got to be saying certain ways and talking a certain way because it is YouTube. So again, check it out if you want to. If not, it's okay. But you could become a member on Patreon or a YouTube member. Per usual, check out the links. And let's just move on to questions, and I'll go back into what a woman wants to see. So question for y'all: do you feel like it's hard for her to find you attractive? And I'm saying in general. So do you feel like women don't find you as attractive? Whether you gotten close to an experience of a woman being in the same room as you or spending the night, or whether you just hung out with the girl and then she left and you guys are still in contact, have you noticed that her, let's say, desire and wanting to have you dig her out and the physical attraction has been high, or do you feel like it's been low? And also, did like things escalate? Don't necessarily say the details, you don't have to do that. And if you want to think this to yourself and not write it out, totally fine. However, just when you do write your stories, it does help out other fellas and it gives them advice, and I always read them and help as much as I can. So just take the time to really think about that. Like, do you find like it's been hard, or do you feel like after your transition of like really evolving, really looking the part, and having a high sexual market value has changed things for you, or having a working progress, let's say, sexual market value, has it been doing something good for you? So your SMV is really gonna matter, which let me continue on to say, back to your physical appearance. Don't think just off the bat like I have to make sure that I'm just working out or physically fit, because sometimes a woman can be like, oh, I don't like the way his beard looks, right? Like it looks scruffy, or I like guys with longer beards or shorter beards. This is why also, when you're trying to find an image that will be good for you, you could find a guy that in a sense you're like inspired by, or you feel like, okay, this is a good groomed look. There's nothing wrong with that. Same way if you find a style that you are like, oh, that's a masculine style to me, or I like how he dresses, or oh, I try different styles and this makes me look more masculine, this makes me look way more attractive, that's gonna work for you. In other situations, your grip in your hands, how you use it, is going to matter a lot, which I'll dive into more in another video. But to give you like a good idea, like a brief one, think about like the guy that is timid and is afraid. He could be around that woman, gave a good, decent impression, or a really good impression, right? Smells good, looks good, cleaned up, groomed up, physically attractive, nice fit on. However, when he gets around her, he's shaky. Back to being timid. He's hesitating, pulling away, hands are fidgety. Like, that's already going to get her turned off, and there's no way you're going to get her to the stimulation and feeling the W. And we're not talking about win. We're talking about the other W, right? Y'all see the title, right? Or y'all see the thumbnail. So what you need to do and focus on is, how could I show confidence in my physical touch? And also, it's a love language for a lot of women. I know physical touch is one of my favorite love languages. And I feel like a lot of times it's women's love languages because it attaches to so many different stuff. Like, yes, validation is a high one. However, it does also attach to, let's say, comfortability, safeness. That's the positive note. Another way you could look at it, it also attaches to taken care of. It also attaches to who's in charge, leadership, and just security. Like, it's, anyways, that's another story in itself. Let me wrap up with just say, gripping is gonna matter in the sense of, like, she wants you to be using those hands. She wants you to know what to do with it. And if you don't get what I'm saying, like, if you're comfortable with her, why are you gonna just be like, oh, I can't touch her, right? You need to get to the thighs. You need to get to the waist, those sorts of stuff. In my next video, I'll talk about exact positions, and I'll try to get into more details and just break it down to what you have to focus on. I hope this video was helpful. If you want more like this, let me know. If you want more details and want me to dive way more into it, you definitely could check out Patreon to catch up on there. And everything else that I have available, all the links are there. If you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, go ahead and do so. That's it. Bye, y'all.
It could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over. And it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories. And if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that. And you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below.
Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there. Help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it'll give you also reasons why. And I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance, and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.